I hope you all are ready for this. You know, I wasn't paying attention yesterday. I didn't mention it. But I'm going to mention it today. All right. Let's get that turned down. We got to get it started. Here it comes. Here it comes. Yes. Good. Damn morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday. Fat Tuesday on the Morning Night Live, which I am obliging by being fat. But I forgot it was Fat Tuesday and I didn't have any pancakes this morning. So that might be what we have for dinner tonight. That's a tradition, at least in the family I grew up in, that we'd always have pancakes on Fat Tuesday. I don't know why, just because, you know, we'd have a pancake dinner at church and stuff. Anyway, I hope you're all having a wonderful morning. Let's get into the show because this intro, well, We just don't need it. We got too much to do. Johnny, turn that music off. Thank you, and Johnny, play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
Yes. And apparently Rumble's not working. I don't know why. Anyway, let's start the show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet. Welcome back to the P-Dog Knight channel on this Tuesday, the 13th of February, 2024. Yes, it's the day before Valentine's Day. If you haven't done what you need to do for Valentine's Day, you better get on it, because it's tomorrow. You better get your shit together if you didn't do nothing yet. Now, and luckily in my family, Valentine's Day is just another day because Lady Boomer and I have an anniversary on the 22nd. We got married on the 22nd of February back in 1993, and so we're looking at 31 years this year. God, that just makes me sound old. 31 years. But yeah, so, and we're not even really going to celebrate our anniversary. We're going to do something nice, but we originally were going to go to Florida for our anniversary, and then we had to make some changes. So we're going to go in April, closer to my birthday, but it's still going to be a trip for our anniversary, just because we'd like to do something special on our anniversary. And I don't give a crap about my birthday other than presents. Anyway, no, I don't. I'm guys, when you're my age, you're getting up there, gonna be old and shit. You just like, I don't need anything for my birthday. Say happy birthday, send me a card, give me some chocolate or some stuff, and that's about it. So anyway, but we got stuff going on today because oh boy, our United States Senate passed a bill that that bill they were fighting about with the border stuff. Well, they decided to do without it, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today because a lot of people are mad, and I am too. Because I'm going to save it. I'll talk about it when I get to it. How's that? And I got a few articles open. We might get to them, but probably not. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. And so we're going to do that. But before we do that, of course, I need to say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. I don't know the words of the song. I just know there's a lot of good mornings in it. Anyway, first the chat over on Rumble, which is not functioning, but I'm going to still say hello. Mr. Avocados Diablo gets the bell. You're not hearing me over on Rumble. And also Phantom Dog Fart, the greatest name on the internet. And that's it because Rumble is closed, motherfucker. On YouTube, first the chat, but there's also Mr. Avocados Diablo. He gets the bell. Also, good morning. Number one is in the house. Kara Soldier, Simon Wolfwood, Aaron Meredith, Zed the Snarky, Patio Furniture, Unacceptable Views, Tyler F., and Mr. Tire. Okay, Mr. Tire. Alexander, the Gentleman Lich. Also, good morning to my favorite Canadian Jaeger ponies in the house. Who else is here? GDSOB's in the house. Trip Your Liberty. What's up, my brother? Good morning. Also, I said GDSOB. Anna Lynn's in the house. Good morning. Amazing Disgrace. Hello. Also, I said the Starkey earlier. Right? Slim Tito is in the house. Nice to see it. 02. And if you would be so kind to do me a favor, share the stream if you haven't done so already. Thanks to the people who've done it, like Somnambule Nation and Tyler F. have already retweeted out the show. I appreciate that. And if you want to sponsor the show, that's one of the ways to do it. Another way, hit the like button. That's a simple one. It doesn't cost you anything. Just hit the dang like button and see if you can get some people to come on over. and share the stream. And then also you can sponsor the show monetarily at pdognight.live right there. That's the Streamlabs link where you can, that's kind of a super chat thing where when you do Streamlabs, the super chat actually goes to the person you give it to and not so much to YouTube or Rumble. And then also you can type a lot more stuff. If you have a lot to say, you can get it about 256 characters instead of, because if you do $2 on YouTube, you get like, I think 50 characters. That's nothing, man. That's nothing. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, come on, man. So you can do that on the Streamlabs link, which is pdognight.live. The link's in the chat on YouTube, or it should be somewhere there. Here, there's one. I'll just pin it to the top of the thing, so if you want to find it. And put in $31 for Lady Boomer and my anniversary. There you go. Wait, message pin. Okay, it's worked. Okay, so let's get into what's happening in the world, because that's what you're here for, right? You want to know what's going on in the world. You want to know what people's talking about. You want to know, you just got to know what's to know, right? So, and I mentioned it already, but today is Fat Tuesday. Mardi Gras is here. Oh, I got to be careful because I got to make sure I don't see any body parts when I scroll on this. Things that are trending because of Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras, whatever. Fat Tuesday, Shrove Tuesday is another name for it. Mardi Gras, another name for it. But it is Fat Tuesday, and I think it has something to do with getting fed up, thickening yourself up for Lent when you're supposed to be giving up something for Lent. But that's an interesting way to interpret it. But anyway, so Fat Tuesday, I got that link out here. I'm not going to talk much more about it other than, well, here, let me be careful here. Let me try to scroll down and find a good thing to put up here for Fat Tuesday. Fat Tuesday, and then I'll do one for Mardi Gras. Oh, well, I'll save that one because that's one that everyone's talking about. That's something that has to do with. Here's a nice safe one to put on the screen. Let's see. Here, there. This is good and safe. Let's put this on the screen. Which it says, "Happy Mardi Gras Day, y'all. Today is the first time I stay home on a Fat Tuesday. I will do absolutely nothing." Well, that's not what. Come on, you got to do something on Fat Tuesday. And if you're in New Orleans, make sure you take plenty of beads, and make sure if you go to New Orleans, make sure you have some beignets today. Those are fabulous. Those little. I don't know if the Creole who came up with the beignets, but they're a nice little pastry thing with a little sugar on it. Woo! I love me some beignets. I love New Orleans. It's a fun town, but I don't know if I want to go there for Mardi Gras. We went there on our 25th anniversary. Oh, and you know what's really cool in New Orleans? When Tom Hanks made that movie, Saving Private Ryan, he decided to use a lot of money from that movie, and he built the World War II Museum in New Orleans. It is phenomenal. It is just such a cool place to go and learn. Hello, Special Can Acid. Yes, Mardi Gras. That's like not Marty, not me, Gras. Wait, Lizzo After Monday. Yes, it's a Lizzo After Monday day. Yes, going to New Orleans and not trying beignets is like going to Tennessee and not trying the barbecue. Right. No, you got to have beignets. And the best place, what's the place? Cafe du Monde. It's just this open cafe place. The best beignets in New Orleans are at Cafe du Monde. So go check that out if you're ever in New Orleans. But anyway, so Shrove Tuesday also is trending, and for whatever reason, IHOP has because IHOP is a place to go get pancakes, right? The International House of Pancakes. Guys, you can get it's free. Oh, free short stack at IHOP today for Pancake Day, Shrove Tuesday. So if there's an IHOP near you, go check out IHOP. You can get a free short stack of pancakes today. How about you? I might have to do that today because it's Shrove Tuesday. Got to have pancakes on Shrove Tuesday. Let's see. Truly universally acknowledged that reporters working on a Shrove Tuesday will, at some point in their lives, be sent to film a Pancake Day race. I'm at Leadenhall Market, where people from all over the world have come to watch. So that's in London. They're having a pancake day today. So they gotta run and flip pancakes at the same time and not lose the pancakes on the ground. And so there you go. There's some people having their doing their pancake race with the giant ass pancakes. That's kind of cool. I never heard of that thing. Anyway, also trending because of Mardi Gras and Shrove Tuesday. Well, Mardi Gras itself is trending. So here it is. Here it is. Happy Mardi Gras, y'all. Everywhere else, it's just Tuesday. Well. I don't know about that, but, happy Mardi Gras for all those who celebrate. What's this? Walking New Orleans, good Fats Domino song. Yeah, that is a good Fat Domino song. I prefer Ass Wednesday. Stop, AT. Oh, Mardi Gras and Ass Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, they look like crepes. I think maybe in England, the pancakes are a little bit thinner, but who knows? Anyway, and then the other thing trending because of Mardi Gras, Shrove Tuesday, Fat Tuesday are paczki. And now, paczkis? Can anyone give me a phonetic spelling of this? This is a Polish thing that they do apparently on Fat Tuesdays. They're basically like just jelly donuts or stuffed beignets, one of the two. And I guess apparently there's a place in Detroit that makes really good, or are these just filled beignets? I don't know what it is. In honor of Fat Tuesday, we're celebrating the best way we know how with some of Metro Detroit's best paczkis. Poochkis? Is that how they're pronounced? Poochkis? Anyway, they look damn good. They look like a cream or jelly filled beignet to me, but look at those bad boys. Those look really good. And apparently it's a big deal because it's trending on Twitter. Poochkis. Yes. I want a poochki. Poochki. I want one poochki. Poochki is plural. Poochek is one. Well, poochki. Now someone even made a hot Chicago beef sandwich out of a poochki. But anyway, so apparently that's a Polish delight that people eat on Shrove Tuesday, Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so there you go. Those are trending. Now let's get into some news. Oh wait, by the way, it also reminds you, I got to be careful here because the first thing on this damn trending topic was a body part, which I do not want on my screen. Also a reminder that let's see, today is Fat Tuesday, but tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So today you can have some poochkis, and then you can tomorrow you can kiss your poochki if you want to call her a poochki or him a poochki, because that would be a cute pet name, wouldn't it? Oh, my little poochki. Anyway, and there's a joke about being cream filled in there somewhere. But anyway, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Enjoy your happy Valentine's Day with your Valentine if you have a Valentine. And if you don't, well, go to the bar and find you a Valentine, at least for a day, and it'll be all good. Okay, moving on. Now, actual news in the news is the Consumer Price Index for January came out, and, well, not as good as they wanted it to be. In fact, it says CPI came in super hot. US CPI 3.1% year over year, expected at 2.9%. So it went up again. And here it is. Someone saying it makes sense why Biden was blaming corporations at the Super Bowl. Inflation is clearly out of control. US CPI actual year to year 3.1%, forecast 2.9%, previous 3.4%. So still, I mean, look, it's still over 3%. Ivan Putski, you know who Ivan Putski is? That was one of my favorite wrestlers when I was a kid. We loved Ivan Putski and the Junkyard Dog. Those were like two of my favorites. Yes, Ivan Putski. Anyway, hello, Found, by the way. Oh, that's what someone else said, too. GDSOB said Found. Okay, so, and those 8 real dudes in the house. So, yeah, so as, apparently the Inflation Reduction Act is working just as expected. Excuse me, just as expected. So anyway, and so Biden is not happy. Here's the media. Media will be talking about Biden and asking about his ice cream because they really don't want to talk about that. And apparently this guy, Jerome Powell, is going to be in the hot seat. So anyway, and I'm looking at everyone's saying, oh yeah, hotter than expected. So that's trending. So multiple topics trending because of that. U.S. CPI, January CPI report, live updates, prices cool less than expected. Wait a minute. Isn't that a funny way to put it? Prices cool less than expected. Is this the New York Times? Listen to how, oh my God. They need to be embarrassed for writing that. Now, this is different. They changed the headline because I could see they did. Hang on a second. Let me do this. I'm going to get it, see if I can maybe archive this one yet because let's check this. Oh, wait a minute. I got to go back. I need to, let's see, copy. And then and paste. There we go. Let's see if it's oh my God. This is amazing how they spin this with a headline. January inflation report. Consumer prices rise expected. Consumer price rises expected to cool. Now, clearly, this 3.1%, wait a minute, they're saying fell from 3.3 to 3.1, but this is just because the very high January 2023 dropped out and was replaced by the merely high January 2024. Yeah, because remember, in January 2023, it was very high, the inflation rate. So, look, if you take this in the full picture of the Biden administration years, this is not good. But their headline here, first of all, when she said this, January CPI report live updates, prices cool less than expected, according to the New York Times. Prices cool less than expected? No, the prices haven't cooled at all. They've gone up. Inflation rate has cooled less than expected. They're just lying with this. It's just deceptive wording. So then we get into this January report. This is from the New York Times. Economists think that the pace of inflation probably slowed last month, resuming its path back toward a normal pace. But it's higher than expected. A key inflation gauge probably moderate. This was their prediction. That's not even the actual number. Here's the actual number. Breaking. January CPI inflation rate falls to 3.1%, above expectations of 2.9%. Core CPI inflation was unchanged at 3.9%, above expectations of 3.7%. So actually the core CPI was also higher than expected. This is the 34th consecutive month with inflation above 3%, and the first jump since September. So now here's what you can expect. You can expect that the Fed idea of interest rates, lowering interest rates, is probably out the window for now. Because they're not seeing the Bidenomics, the Inflation Reduction Act, ain't doing shit because it wasn't really an Inflation Reduction Act. So that's another thing trending. Also trending the CPI. I mean, it's just, there's several topics trending because of inflation rates. So unbelievable. Hello, Mark Smart. How you doing? So moving on. Let's see. Also trending Jon Stewart. Now, whenever Jon Stewart trends, it's usually because he's bitching about Donald Trump, or he said something that pissed off the lefties. And today he was pissing off the lefties. And it's bad. He's mad. He did something wrong because Keith Olbermann, if you're wondering how Jon Stewart bullshit both sides of his returns went over, the anti-Semite racist conspiracy nuts loved it. He's mad because Elon Musk found that Jon Stewart's humor on the he made a monologue kicking off this Daily Show, because he's doing the Daily Show once a week again now. Did you know that? He was back on the Daily Show once a week every Monday, and he's producing it now. And so, hello, Roasted Opinion. How you doing? So he kicked off the Daily Show election coverage with a wellness check on America's two chronologically challenged candidates, Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And I'm not going to play it because the Daily Show is very sensitive about using any of their material. But and people are pissed because he tells it like this. Wait, no, not like that. What the hell? So people are pissed because he mentioned that Donald Trump is old and that Joe Biden is old, and they're both old, and it's fine. You know, when you try to do a little even-handedness, well, the lefties get pissed off. This person with a Ukraine flag and a transgender flag in their bio. Hey, Jon Stewart, the one old guy is pro-democracy, and the other guy is literally a fucking fascist. We're seriously going to 2016 both sides of this shit again. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus fucking Christ, the Daily Show is a fascist-enabling shit show. Ah! Somebody clip that. Then this one, well, after 9 years, there's nothing else to say but to the both-sidedness fraud Jon Stewart bashing Biden, except please make it another 9 years. That's how Keith Olbermann talks, because I don't know why he does that, because he's an idiot. Anyway, so yeah, they're mad at they're a little upset with Jon Stewart because he didn't they're mad at him because he didn't only bash Donald Trump. See, we're not supposed to notice that Joe Biden is a dementia patient. We're not supposed to notice that. You know, yes, Donald Trump is a jackass and whatever, but we're not supposed to notice that Joe Biden is actually dementia-ridden puppet being, held up by puppet strings and glue and bubble gum. So anyway, they're mad at. So a lot of people are pissed off at Jon Stewart. Liberals, Jon Stewart said both Trump and Biden are the same. Here's Jon Stewart specifically not doing that for people too lazy to watch the original clip. So you can watch the clip on your own. I'm going to watch it later, but I'm not going to watch it on my show because of the wonderful things they does. All right, other trending things. Let's see, where am I at? Josh Gibson. Now, if you don't know who Josh Gibson is, Josh Gibson may have been one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Bet you never heard of him, right? If you haven't heard of him, it's because Josh Gibson played in the old Negro Leagues. And Josh Gibson is trending because MLB The Show, which is a video game, is adding in some old Negro League players in their new iteration of the game. And so, and Josh Gibson basically is sometimes known as the black Hank Aaron, although I would say that Hank Aaron might have been the white Josh Gibson for all we know. But he was a great baseball player back in the Negro Leagues. I don't think he ever got to play in the MLB because that was before Jackie Robinson. But he was phenomenal. Now, here it is in MLB The Show. Unlock legendary moments for players like Hank Aaron, Josh Gibson, Buck Leonard, and Tony Stone. So they're adding a few of the Negro League players into the newest iteration of MLB The Show. Sorry, I didn't have that on the screen. And so you can pre-order that now. So, which is cool. I mean, they're going to... Wait, GDSB, great babysitter. Okay, that's not about it. Anyway, so that's kind of cool, I think. A lot of players never got their due in Major League Baseball, but they're going to throw them into the show, and that'll be cool if you can choose those players. So now let's get to the main topic today. Main topic, because hey, I did that pretty good. I got through that pretty fast, didn't I? Main topic today is action by the United States Senate. While people were watching Super Bowl, and I did get to this yesterday, but what ad buck what? Buck Bokey? Buck Bucky? I don't know who that is. All right. The United States Senate while many people in our country were watching the Super Bowl, the United States Senate pulled an all-nighter. Now, they were making sure that they pulled an all-nighter because there is a crisis in America, and that they were very they were so diligent in trying to solve this problem that we have. And they're trying to figure out how much money they would need to spend to solve this problem and how much, what it would do for American security. And they came up with a $95 billion bill. They passed a $95 billion bill on security for Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, and many other places. So before most Americans had their coffee this morning, the Senate sent off $60 billion of your tax dollars to Ukraine, $14 billion to Israel, and $0 for you. None of it's going to the United States. Now, they haven't sent it off yet because obviously this has to go through the House of Representatives, which is in charge of the purse strings. But here's the story, and things trending because of this. The Senate, $95 billion. Let's see. Taiwan, we'll get to the 22 Republicans part. But here's the AP on this story. I need to reset this setup because it's not working. I'll figure it out later. But anyway, which side do I want that on? Let's try it to the other side. Center? Oh, that's why. I don't even have it. Oh, I see. I have it left to center. Is Twitter? No. Well, let's go full screen. All right. The Senate, early Tuesday. Oh, they were working on it Sunday night, but they worked on it all day yesterday and all night. They pulled an all-nighter for this. This Senate early Tuesday passed a $95.3 billion with a B aid package for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Pushing ahead after months of difficult negotiations and amid growing political divisions in the Republican Party. Oh, the Republican Party is just in disarray over the role of the United States abroad. The vote came after a small group of Republicans opposed the $60 billion for Ukraine, held the Senate floor through the night, using the final hours of debate to argue that the U.S. should focus on its own problems before sending more money overseas. Gee, what a concept. But 22 Republicans, which is also trending right now, 22 Republicans, voted with nearly all Democrats to pass the package 70-29, which means 7 Democrats also voted against this. Good for them. I'll give them their props. With supporters arguing that abandoning Ukraine could embolden Russian President Vladimir Putin and threaten national security across the globe. Did I read that right? Did they say threaten national security across the globe? Is it just me? Or is that kind of a bit of an oxymoron? Is that how do you threaten national security across the globe? So I guess we're the globe now. Anyway, quote, with this bill, the Senate declares that American leadership will never waver, will not falter, will not fail, said Senate Majority Leader. Oh, no, I thought that was Mitch. That was Chuck Schumer. I'm sorry, let me change the voice here. With this bill, the Senate declares that American leadership will not waver, will not falter, will not fail, said Senate Majority Leader Chuck the smarmy prick from New York Schumer, who worked closely with Republican leader Mitch McConnell on the legislation. The bill's package. Oh, excuse me, not package. The package? No, not package. The bill's passage through the Senate will with a flourish of GOP support, was a welcome sign for Ukraine amid critical shortages in the battlefield. Well, there you go. That's our national security across the globe. We take care of Ukraine. Anyway, Yet the package faces deep uncertain future in the House, where hardline Republicans align with former President Donald Trump, the frontrunner for the GOP nomination and a critic of support for Ukraine, opposed the legislation. Speaker Mike Johnson cast new doubt on the package in a statement Monday evening, making it clear that it could be weeks or months before Congress sends the legislation to President Joe Biden's desk, if at all. Still, the vote was a win for both Senate leaders Chuck Schumer, the smarmy prick from New York, and he said that Senate leaders, that would be Chuck Schumer and the turtle, Mitch McConnell. Schumer said the strong bipartisan support should pressure Johnson to advance the bill. McConnell has made Ukraine his top priority in recent months. Well, congratulations, Mitch McConnell. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you have priorities, you fucking clown. I lost my spot. Where was I? There we go. McConnell's made Ukraine his top priority in recent months and was resolute in the face of considerable pushback from his own GOP conference. Speaking directly to his detractor, a longtime Republican leader said in a statement, "History settles every account, and today, on the value of American leadership and strength, history will record that the Senate did not blink." I'm trying to remember the last time you blinked, Mitch. Anyway, dollars provided by the legislation would purchase U.S.-made defense equipment. So it's again, it's almost like we're money laundering to our own defense contractors. Hello, TC and Brett Hayes. How you doing? Holy shit. And it would purchase U.S.-made defense equipment, including munitions and air defense systems that authorities say are desperately needed as Russia batters the country. It also includes $8 billion with a B for the government in Kyiv and other assistance. So they're going to drop $8 billion into Zelensky's lap too, so he can, buy another island. Let's see, for us in Ukraine, continued U.S. assistance. For us in Ukraine, the continued U.S. assistance helps save human lives from Russian terror. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky posted on social media, "It means that life will continue in our cities and will triumph after war." In addition, the legislation will provide $14 billion with the B for Israel's war with Hamas, and $8 billion for Taiwan and partners in the Indo-Pacific to counter China, and $9.2 billion in humanitarian assistance for Gaza. So here we are. Now, we're Israel. I love, I'm a big supporter of Israel, but Israel's a very wealthy country. Taiwan's a very wealthy country. And, the humanitarian assistance for Gaza, well, I get it, but $9.2 billion. So basically, you're just funding Hamas with that because they steal everything that we send over there. Progressive. Now this is good. And this is where you could have a coalition with the progressives and the not progressives, the conservatives. Progressive lawmakers have objected to sending offensive weaponry to Israel. Well, no, look, Israel can buy their offensive weaponry. They're a wealthy nation, especially compared to Gaza. And Senator Bernie Sanders, an independent of Vermont, as well as two Democrats, Senator Jeff Merkley of Oregon and Peter Welch of Vermont, voted against it. I cannot in good conscience support sending billions of additional taxpayer dollars for Prime Minister Netanyahu's military campaign in Gaza. Well, he's doing it because he thinks that, the Israelis are way too heavy-handed on the act of war that Hamas committed. But anyway, its campaign that has killed and wounded a shocking number of civilians. It's created a massive humanitarian crisis. So, this is a long article. AP went off on this one. Let's see. So, the bill's passage followed almost 5 months of torturous negotiations. Really? They were torturous? Did they have a rack and, some horses for drawing quartering people and a little tar and feathering and shit? Was it torturous? Did they have some electrodes to put on, Mitch McConnell's balls? I mean, what the fuck is that? Torturous. Hello, Tales of Gore. What's up? Anyway, what the fuck? Followed 5 months of torturous negotiations over an expansive bill that would have paired the foreign aid with the overhaul of border and asylum policies. Republicans demanded the trade-off, saying the surge of migration into the United States has to be addressed alongside security of allies. No! See, that's just it. That's not what they said. They said that they wanted a border security bill, at least the House Republicans wanted a border security bill before this aid package for foreign aid happened. And they tried to tie it to the foreign aid package, and then they came up with a shitty border bill that the Republicans in the House said, fuck you. And then they're like, oh, well, we're going to pass this aid to foreign aid first without the border security bill. And so now the Republicans in the House are like, were you motherfuckers listening to us? We wanted border security first. And we wanted real border security, not this bullshit you sent us. And then we'll talk about sending more money somewhere else, since we're borrowing it all anyway. Okay, but a bipartisan deal on border security fell apart just days after its unveiling, and a head-spinning development that left negotiators deeply frustrated. Oh, well. I can't. There we go. Come on. There we go. Republicans declared the bill insufficient and blocked it on the Senate floor. Good. It was insufficient. They didn't just say, oh, well, fuck you. We're just going to do something for Donald Trump. No, the bill was insufficient. And that's your fault, you dickheads who came up with that bullshit. After the deal collapsed, the two leaders abandoned the border provisions and pushed forward with passing the foreign aid package alone, as Democrats had originally intended. No, you should have went back to the table for the border deal, because it sucked. And maybe deal with the House's H.R. 2, which was the second bill they put together this year. But no, we're not. See, we don't want to do what the House thinks. We don't really, fuck. Anyway, while the slimmed-down foreign aid bill eventually won a healthy showing of GOP support, several Republicans who had previously expressed support for Ukraine voted against it. The episode further exposed divisions in the party, made more public as Trump dug in, and a handful of lawmakers openly called for McConnell to step down. Senator G.D. Vance, of Ohio Republican, argued that the U.S. should step back from the conflict and help broker an end to it with Russia's Putin. He questioned the wisdom of continuing to fuel Ukraine's defense when Putin appears committed to fighting for years. I think it deals with the reality that we're living in, which is they're a more powerful country, and it's their region of the world. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I can't believe someone in the Senate has some common sense. Vance, along with Kentucky Senator Rand Paul and other opponents, spent several hours on the floor railing against the aid and complaining about the Senate process. They dug in their heels to delay the final vote, speaking on the floor until daybreak. That's why it went all night. See, they actually did a real filibuster, talking on the floor without just saying, well, we're going to filibuster, and then everyone goes home and takes, has a good, 9-10 hours of sleep, and then they come back, well, we're still filibustering, then everyone goes home till the next day. Well, we're still, no, they actually had to filibuster, like the old style Senate. Let's see, the supporters of the aid pushed back, warning that bowing to Russia would be a historic mistake with devastating consequences. They pointed out that if Putin were to attack a NATO member in Europe, the U.S. would be bound by treaty to become directly involved in the conflict. Yes, that's right, because we have a pact with NATO that we didn't have with Ukraine. And the U.S. would become directly involved in the conflict, a commitment that Trump has called into question as he seeks another term in the White House. No. That is a lie. See, everyone had that little clip of Trump saying something about, well, if NATO doesn't pay, and then we're just to tell Russia do whatever they want. He was talking in that clip. He wasn't talking about right now, and that was his plan. He was talking about how he got NATO to commit to fulfilling more of their financial obligations to NATO. He was talking about in the past, not the future. But everyone played it out like, did you hear what Trump did? He said he would invite Russia to attack our allies in NATO. That was bullshit. Stop listening to the fucking media because they lie all the time. Anyway, in the House, many Republicans have opposed the aid and are unlikely to cross Trump. It has nothing to do with Trump. God, friggin' second being that. That's just propaganda by the AP, and that's the Democrat line of attack on this. Well, these guys are just loyal to Trump and this and that and yada yada. Really? Okay, fine. Then you guys are doing whatever Obama tells you and whatever Obama's advisors who are puppet stringing up the SpongeBob's shit pants and you're doing whatever Obama tells you to do. But the media will never do that because Obama is anyway. So you get the idea here. So other things, and there's other articles. Let's see. This is their article in The Hill is not nearly as long, pretty much all the same information. And then there's Gateway Pundit, who is very much on the right, who he says his headline is despicable. Senate passes $95 billion package with Ukraine and aid and no border funding as America sleeps. Here are the 22 Republicans who voted to put America last. So 22 Republicans is trending because 22 Republicans voted for this crap. And let's see, now there's a few names on here that I go, I'm not so sure. Like, does it surprise me? Mitch McConnell or John Thune. I don't know about John Bozeman from Arizona, Shelley Moore Capito, West Virginia, Bill Cassidy, Louisiana. Susan Collins, no surprise. John Cornyn, no surprise, because they're kind of in the McCain wing of the Republican Party, the former McCain. Joni Ernst, a little bit of a surprise there, but I'm not so sure. Chuck Grassley, no, he's a little bit McCain wing too. Although he was far more consistently conservative than McCain. John Kennedy, Louisiana. That one surprises me a little bit. Mr. Down Home, that dude. Murkowski doesn't surprise me. Romney, duh. Okay, because he's got to protect his family investments in Ukraine. Tom Tillis. There's a few on here. I don't know about all these, but yeah. So Gateway Pundit says it's despicable. And they passed this in the middle of the night, and no border funding as America sleeps. Now. A lot of these people have been getting savaged on the internet. Here's a twitchy America Last. McConnell and other Republicans roasted for helping Democrats pass a $95 billion foreign aid bill. While America slept, enough Republicans voted with the Democrats to pass a $95 billion foreign aid bill without one single cent going to the southern border. Read that again. Forget that the majority of Americans in general don't want to continue funding endless wars, but Republicans should damn well know better. So he's got just a series of different quotes from different people. Greg Price, breaking. The Senate just pulled an all-nighter, officially passed their $95 billion foreign aid bill for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan with nothing for the southern border. We already know that. It's the most U.S. government thing ever that the Senate worked all night long not to do anything useful for Americans, but to pass a bill funding war all over the world, and passed it while most people slept. Yeah, true. Kyle Becker. Nothing to see here, folks. Just foreign nations and war grifters looting taxpayers while America gets invaded by millions of illegal aliens. We're not subverted or anything. No, don't worry. Of course, if you disagree with their funding to Ukraine, you must love Putin or something. That's the new talking point. So this is someone saying just that. I don't understand how this stuff is passing when almost no American wants it. If you took a Twitter poll right now, 83% would say no. But none of them gives a damn about what Americans want. They've proven this over and over again. So when it's stealing money, they work all night, kind of like criminals, right? So anyway, that's kind of funny, actually. That's kind of funny. All right. I'm a little ahead of the game here. So the other thing, but here, now, this is interesting because another thing that's trending, where is it? DOA in the House is trending. meaning that the House says this bill is dead on arrival. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I'm not a fan of her, but she says the Senate working overtime to pass a $195 billion package to fund foreign wars is an American betrayal, and it's DOA in the House. The country is over $34 trillion in debt, and we are being invaded by millions and millions of people. And these same so-called public servants refuse to close our border and reduce our debt. Neither the House nor the Senate have passed all the appropriations bills and have failed to produce a budget for America, and that is Congress's constitutional duty. Instead, it's just continuing resolution over CR. What an utter disaster. And, people hate her on the left, so they probably criticize the hell out of her. Here's Joe Kent from Washington. Take note who they'll work all night for. It's not the American people. I'm grateful for the Republican senators who fought against this abomination and for Speaker Johnson saying it's DOA in the House. We must secure our border and stop spending ourselves into oblivion. America first. Oh my God, that's a racist thing to say. America first. Oh wait, aren't the people people of colors? See, why do they say people of color? You ever wonder about that? Wouldn't it be people of colors? Because there's lots of different colors of people. And I think peach is a color. See, so if you white people, you are a color too. But people of colors, what was I going to say? No, I forgot what my point was. I forgot my point. I'm Joe Bidening. Come on, man.
You know the thing.
Anyway, we must secure our border and stop. America first. All of the people of colors who are Americans are included in that America first, right? Isn't that how it's supposed to work? It's not just, does these people say America first, they mean just white people? Or do they mean all Americans? Because Americans are of many colors. You know what I'm saying? But here is Nancy Pelosi. Now, Nancy Pelosi, and I had the clip separate too, but she's saying it's supposed to be DOA in the House, but apparently Nancy Pelosi has some shenanigans she wants to pull to make this pass the House. The $95 billion Ukraine spending bill that limits Trump's peacemaking ability is not DOA in the House, as Pelosi told CNN. House Dems may use a discharge position to pass the bill. Oh, really? What?
The Speaker Johnson has said he will not bring it up.
Our leader, Hakeem Jeffries, said that he has not ruled out using a discharge petition, which is a parliamentary maneuver to try to bring a bill to the floor, and also to just see where all of the Republicans are on this, because we've had over 300 votes for assistance to Ukraine, but strong bipartisan support for that in the Congress. So this isn't a partisan issue in most respects. But it is, you saw the other day, they brought up two bills they didn't have the votes for.
What do you think of Speaker?
Okay, whatever. Don't care what she thinks of Speaker Johnson. It's not, who gives a fuck what she thinks of Speaker Johnson? Is that a tough question, Anderson? How do you feel about Speaker Johnson? That's the kind of questions they ask Democrats. Thank you, Tyre Alexander, for sponsoring the show. First sponsor today, which makes you
are
the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Thank you for dropping a small billet in the tip jar. The links to P-Dog Night Life. Anyway, one of two articles. Let the ranty begin. FTG, all the cunts that vote for this bullshit. Well, let's see what you got here, Tyre. Let's see what you got. Oh, wait, I should do this. Take this off screen first. You can. Oh, no. That's how I'm finishing the show today, Tyre. Oh, I hate you. Oh, my God, I hate you right now. I hate you like with the fire of 1,000 kindling flames of hell, whatever that means. Hello, Selected Boy. How you doing?
Yeah, boy.
All right. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi's drunk as usual, I'm assuming. I'm assuming. I shouldn't, I don't know for sure. But anyway, things that are trending because this other things are some of the Republican senators who signed on to this, 22 Republicans, Romney, Grassley, Cornyn, John Kennedy from Louisiana. And look, I don't know. It's just, it's disappointing that we always do. We always go. We're for whatever reason, the president refuses to do what he can do to shut off the border, and he's actively taken multiple steps and made multiple statements that has created the crisis that's not a crisis, but is now a crisis because now he's blaming it on Republicans and Trump, the crisis that he's exacerbated. Okay. And they're not doing anything about that. And for whatever reason, the Senate thought it was more important to send money, almost $100 billion with the B dollars, everywhere but here. And it's so confounding. And even some of the ones who voted on it or voted against it, they weren't voting against it because, well, we're going to send $100 billion somewhere else. Hello, Reaccion Puerto Rico. Not because we're sending money somewhere else, but because they didn't like how it was going to be used. And for them, it's just because they're bombing, Israel. They were against sending to Israel. They didn't care about sending to Ukraine or sending it to Taiwan. And look, why are we poking at China by sending money to Taiwan? Unless Taiwan actually needs us, did Taiwan ask us for this? And that's the thing with Israel too. Is Israel asking us for $14 billion of support for them? Because it seems to me that Israel has their own money and there's a very successful country. And, I don't know that they've, we've been sending aid there for years. And I support Israel, but I just question, why are we sending money to all these places? It makes no sense. And obviously it's not necessarily working in some of these places where we send money. Look, we're sending $14 billion to Israel during this war and $9 billion to Gaza during this war for supposedly humanitarian aid. But then who controls the humanitarian aid going into Gaza? Is it Hamas? Is it the Palestinian Authority, which I don't know. Is that what they're called? Is that what the other half of the West Bank people are, the Palestinian Authority? Where does that money go? Does that get just stolen? Does the aid get stolen? Does the food get stolen by Hamas to feed their soldiers? I don't know. It's wild, man. It's just wild. All right. I'm going to, so anyway, DOA in the House. Here's a kind of a good indicator of how people feel about this. We don't want $95.43 billion in foreign aid bill passed. Fortunately, the horrendous spending bill is again DOA in the House and may not be brought to the floor. Passed another procedural vote in the Senate last night with an added few Republicans jumping in on with Democrats. What part of no do you not understand, motherfuckers? So there you go. All right. Thank you, Tyre. Another small bullet in the tip jar. Are you trying to kill me here? All right, this is gonna be it because I'm gonna do these two articles and then I gotta go. Let me go through some of the headlines that I didn't get to, and then we'll. Oh, good God. Oh my gosh. Let's just give me a few headlines and then we'll do the last two articles with Tyre. In Breitbart, special counsel apparently is unable to determine the location of a top secret briefing book Biden misplaced while vacationing in the Hamptons. The special counsel Robert Hur's report, which reveals a serious decline in President Joe Biden's mental acuity, also details how Biden's mishandling of the nation's highest level of classified information appears to predate the investigation by years, Biden having seemingly misplaced a highly sensitive top secret classified briefing book while on vacation in the Hamptons as early as 2010 with his counsel forced to review with him how to handle classified material. The special counsel shockingly concluded he was unable to determine if the materials were ever recovered. So there you go. There's a whole detail on that. In the Daily Caller, I got several Daily Caller articles. Don't save him. Biden's botched border policy reportedly has top advisors at each other's throat. Yes, the people around Joe Biden are going after each other now. They're having a little bit of their little soiree is turning a little heated, a little sketchy. The growing border crisis overseen by President Joe Biden's administration is causing issues among top advisors as they try to reach a solution, according to an Axios report. Oh, that Axios report! Hang on a second. Did I please tell me I bookmarked that? Please tell me I bookmarked that. Oh, I did it. Damn it. I might have had it. Did I have it in the links yesterday? Holy shit. They had the Axios report, the Axios report. Well, here's some examples. During a meeting on the border crisis in January 2023, Biden had an outburst in front of top advisors, including then Deputy Chief Staff Jen O'Malley Dillon and Homeland Security Advisor Liz Sherwood Randall. Several sources familiar told Axios the president exploded because his staff didn't have obscure immigration data points, according to Axios. Now, a White House spokesperson, Andrew Bates, refuted the characterization. Multiple first-hand participants of the meetings refute this description of the tone and outcome, Bates said. The meeting discussed the specifics of this complex issue. Anyway, he said that these people are going after each other. Kamala Harris wants nothing to do. Chicago Mike, what's up, man? Good to see you. And Renee Mayette, how you doing? Okay, anyway, I got to find the Axios report. I'll come back to it. Oh, here it is. Wait, is this it? Here it is. I'm going to put this out here. You got to read this right here. Exclusive. How Biden botched the border. Look, the media must smell blood in the water because there is no way Axios, Biden-friendly Axios, would have written this 6 months ago. But they know that Democrats are now concerned about this too. And so they put this entire article out. Here's some examples. Biden's fury subsided and Aide scrambled for the information he wanted. People in the meeting later told others in frustration that his winding process and irritability were making it more difficult to reach decisions about the border. That's because he has dementia, and dementia people are irritable. Let's see. Many current and former Biden officials say they believe they've done their best considering the circumstances, but others told Axios they think the administration has fallen far short on matters within its control. Let's see. Where's the part about Kamala Harris? Because she's basically thrown her hands up and said, fuck it. This ain't my fault. I'm not taking responsibility. You got to read this. I'm going to put this in the links today. By the way, if you're new here or if you're not new here, all these links go into a single link called a one-tab link. Hit the link. Every tweet and article will be on one page. You'll be able to find it. But this one especially, I'm going to put this one, I'm going to move this all the way to the front because this is the one, if there's one thing you want to read, gosh dang it, what the hell happened there? What the hell happened there? Here, hang on. Let me fix this. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, expand that, and my mouse is, I must need a battery in my mouse or something because that ain't working right. Why do I got this many windows open? There should be only 2 windows. All right, there we go. I'm going to put this one towards the front because, oh, for fuck's sake, where'd it go? Ah, shoot. Well, I'm sorry, guys. This should not happen. That's okay. I know, okay, that's right. All right, we're back. This Axios report is just brutal, and somehow it's not in my links now. What the fuck? All right, we're gonna let's just go to Tyre's articles. Oh, here it is. There it is. I'm gonna put it in the front of the link state, so it'll be right below the locals link. This is definitely one you want to read, and I'm not gonna have time for it today, because Tyre Alexander has dropped 2 articles in the tip jar, and I'm going to go do them first, and well, them exclusively. So, in the UK, I hate Tyre. UK Museum reclassifies Roman emperor as a trans woman. North Hertfordshire Museum in the United Kingdom has reclassified a Roman emperor as a transgender woman and will refer to the rulers with she, her pronouns. The Institute cited ancient Roman writings claiming that Elagabalus, who held power between 218 and 222 CE before being assassinated at the age of 18, wore women's clothing and preferred to be called lady. While the official classification is new, scholars have long discussed Elagabalus' sexual and gender identity, and the British Museum's biography of emperors states that she sought a gender-affirming surgery. She sought a gender-affirming surgery and frequently wore women's garments. What the Hello, Shrapnel. Hello, Andrew Thorsten. That she sought a gender-affirming surgery and frequently wore women's garments. Depictions of the rulers in recent centuries have emphasized her feminine qualities, beauty, and opulence. Elagabalus was born and lived in Syria before assuming the Roman throne at age 14, was also described as being sexually promiscuous. Roman historian Cassius Dio wrote that she had 5 wives, the last of whom was a man. And that she was termed wife, mistress, and queen. Some scholars have pointed out that Elagabalus' contemporaries may have intentionally written discrediting text about the leader who was ultimately overthrown and assassinated by high-ranking political leaders. Zachary Herz, a classic scholar and Elagabalus expert at the University of Colorado Boulder, told Hyperallergenic that he struggles with the concept of retrospectively assigning identity. Oh my God, someone in the brain. Retrospectively assigning identity, adding that these texts were almost certainly meant to discredit Elagabalus, and that the authors of these accounts were working for the statesmen who overthrew Elagabalus in a coup. You mean an insurrection? Although none of Elagabalus' own writings survived, coins and portrait busts issued under the emperor's reign are still around today. The people making these coins and statues would have had a strong incentive to depict Elagabalus the way he wanted to be seen. So you can use these media to see what Elagabalus wanted to look like. Hertz says it happens that these coins and statues all depict Elagabalus as a male, right down to the sad teenage boy mustache. He had some peach fuzz. On the other hand, if a trans person today reads about Elagabalus and feels less alone, it's hard to begrudge that. No! You want accurate history, asshole! Hello, John Arnott, by the way. That was not related to the word asshole, but you just happened to be there at the same time. Anyway, and then my own personal take is Elagabalus does not show us trans people in antiquity, but does show other ways of doing sex, gender, and sexuality. Well, these motherfuckers are just, they're relentless. These people are relentless. All right, let's finish up with this other fresh hell that you sent me, Tyre. Kathy Griffin says she meows like a cat, moos like a cow to deal with her Trump-induced PTSD. Kathy Griffin says she meows like a cat and moos like a cow during yoga in order to deal with her Trump-induced PTSD. Griffin, whose career imploded in 2017 after she imposed with what appeared to be the severed head of then-President Donald Trump in a bloody photo shoot, told Vulture that she now does something called cat-cow. Yes, cat-cow. In order to deal with her PTSD, yes, post-traumatic stress disorder for imploding her own fucking career. The comedian, and that term is used very loosely, explained that she makes animal noises No! No! Hell no! I will never think of her that way. Okay. She makes animal noises while doing the cat and cow poses during yoga. Maybe she just does yoga next to Amy Schumer, who smells like a barnyard. Anyway, it's when I get on all fours. It's when I get on all fours like a kitty cat, and then I arch my back and I am instructed by my teacher to say the word meow. As he enters me. God. I feel like a fucking fool, but I do it, she said. And then I unarch my back and wait for it. I moo like a cow. From your mouth or other parts of your body? God. Griffin added, PTSD is a bitch. And when I get PTSD attacks, I can't stop vomiting. You know, I am very prepared to vomit every time I see your face. So there we go. So if I have to meow like a kitty and moo like a cow, I'm going to fucking do it. Well, good for you. Elsewhere in the interview, Griffith, who's set to hit the road with her newly announced My Life on the PTSD List tour. She said she has PTSD in part from being investigated by the Department of Justice over her infamous bloody photo shoot with the severed head of a U.S. president. I actually do have PTSD, and I'm laughing because I thought that was only for combat veterans, she said. But apparently, if you're put under investigation by the Department of Justice and the president wants you to be charged with conspiracy to assassinate the president. No, not the president. See, that's a Secret Service function. And anyone who's perceived to have made threats to our United States president, regardless if they're the guy with the funny hair or the guy that, is half black, or the other guy who, mumbles like an old man, which is very appropriate, you will get a visit from the Secret Service and probably the Justice Department. That's just how it works, Kathy. So that's just how it works. Anyway. And she said also, if you're charged, the president wants you to be charged with a conspiracy to assassinate the president, and you're put on the no-fly list, and then your tour is canceled because of bomb threats, and then your phone doesn't ring for 6 years, and then you get cancer and lose part of your voice. Now, I feel bad for her for that. No one wants to go through cancer because half of your lung is gone. You ought to laugh about it, Griffith added. Oh, yeah, that's because that's all fucking hilarious. As Breitbart News reported, Griffiths announced in 2021 that she had been diagnosed with lung cancer and had to undergo surgery to move half a lung, which is very unfortunate. I don't have any ill will to Kathy Griffith. I think she's a lolcow, but again, nobody should have cancer, have to go through all that cancer bullshit. She said, I love talking about this stuff, which I know initially doesn't sound hilarious, the comedian said of her recent life experiences, adding that she feels America has finally forgiven her as she has been getting phone calls again. Something has happened where it's almost like America has finally forgiven me or something. all of a sudden I got a call from the Mirage in Las Vegas, and they were the first to say, yes, we want you to do a show, and it's sold out. Well, good for her. She's about as funny as a paperclip in your eye, but after it's unfolded. After this long dry spell, all of a sudden I got a call from a manager, and he got me an agent. And this tour came together like 2 weeks ago, she added. So it's been a shift. Okay, well, thank goodness that she does cow and cat noises. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to close out the show. Remember, I dropped that Axios link in the top of the links today. I'll drop that into the chat during the outro, a single page called One Tab Link. You click on it and everything will be on one page. Don't forget, I'm here Monday through Friday, as you know, most of you. And that's usually around 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. And if you can sponsor the show by hitting the like button, 44 people right now, but only 28 likes. Get on it. Get down on it. Do. Get down on it. And if you want to sponsor the show, you can share the stream after the show, before the show, during the show, not this show, any show. And pdognight.live, 24 hours a day, where you can be heard in special 3D audio. Or something like that. Anyway, thanks everybody. Gotta go. My name is P Dog Night. And I'm out of here. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, this is P Dog Night. And thank you for watching today on the P Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P Dog Night, and I'm out of here.